off, set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa Bay, baby. 813 going crazy. Tampa, boy. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. And we in Tampa Bay, baby. Tell them where you from. 813 going crazy. Yeah. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. Now when I say the loose cannons, what? Do you know what I mean? I'm talking Bobby Latte, Stank Bastard, and Samurai Lee. You ain't never seen no her before, no podcast like this. These boys they entertain you, then take you on road trips, go to other cities, raid and pillage.
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and you are watching the amazing Loose Cannons podcast. I am your boy, the Samurai Ali, hanging out with my extremely pale but kind of more beautiful looking Stank Bastard, because he's going to tell you why he looks better, why he's more glistening, more moist. You just look more supple, Stank. We'll get into that, but before I forget, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you are new and leave us a comment on the way out. Chat, we will do our best to keep up with you. And of course, we are always hanging out with one of our interns. Tonight, we have the lovely Loose Cannons Vixen, who will be in charge of keeping her eye on all of y'all's super chats. And if any of you see intern Izzy, let us know. We're still looking for him. He's currently missing. There is a slight reward. We're offering $2 and a half-eaten Subway sandwich. So if anyone does come across Izzy, let him know that we are looking for him here at the Loose Cannons podcast. Intern Vixen will make sure that all your super chats get read on air, and Stank may or may not have a special treat for you super chatters. Stank, why do you look so supple? What? Let the people know why you look. Yeah. Usually you're pretty fucking ugly. All right, let's be frank. All right, but you look less ugly. I'm not gonna say you look handsome. I'm not gonna say you look pretty, but you look like you're on your way towards possibly a pretty future.
I gotta give you some credit. You know, rest and relaxation. Who knew that's a real thing? You know, I spent some time with some filthy, dirty, barefoot hippies and their children, and then you sent me off to the Dead Sea for in an undisclosed location where I got to bathe in just minerals. And man, I gotta tell you, I feel like a new man. I forgot we had a football team. I have no idea what's going on right now. I don't know. It's my post-draft, post-nut clarity. And I just forgot everything. So hopefully you know what's going on right now.
The Red Sea salt hasn't yet penetrated your brain because you're still wearing a pretty hideous hat.
Dead Sea, not Red Sea.
Dead Sea, sorry. Hasn't quite penetrated your brain because you're still wearing a pretty ugly hat. With the what is that? Florida Gators basketball logo? What is that? Just
national champions. National championship. I currently paying a tuition there, so I'm supporting it.
Do they send you free hats?
Yeah, right, bro.
You think they would, right? You pay for the tuition, right? You're coming out of your ass $250,000 here over the next 4 years, right? You're probably never going to be able to get it back. So, I mean, they should at least send you a hat. You would think
dental school, orthodontist school, bro. It's going to be a lot more than that.
I like your hat, Stink.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That doesn't say much. You're not even wearing a hat, so that speaks volumes. Stank.
Yes, sir.
The Bucs are back at $1, right up the street from you. All right. Could you smell the glorious OTA sweat from your house? Over the last couple of days.
You can definitely smell it. You can smell it when you drive by there. There's a fog over that place. They're out there. Them boys out there sweating. It's been unseasonably hot right now. All right, maybe it's because I'm old now and my skin is getting thinner. But is this not like the hottest fucking month of May you've ever had in your life? You're a desert dude, so I don't know.
I'm a desert dweller, all right? And even I was like, man, this feels like back home, right? It feels very desert-like outside. It's so usually in Florida it's hot, but it's moist hot, right? So you're just kind of like, it doesn't feel like fire is breathing down on you when you walk outside. But now it feels like Las Vegas in July. You ever been in Vegas in July, Stank? It feels like the sun is blowing hot air at you. That's what it feels like outside right now. And it's May.
I don't know what it is right now, but there's a dude in the chat, or a female in the chat, named
Sank's my baby's daddy.
Sank's my baby daddy. Mm-hmm. She found me, y'all. I didn't think it would ever happen, but
looks like
she's
you're gonna be on the hook for another tuition there, man.
It looks like I might be on the hook for something.
Unless you're lucky, and it just is like a really dumb. So here's the thing, Stank. If you found out you had a kid, okay, your kid's in college now. You're already past all. It's pretty expensive having a child, but now you're in the tuitions phase, right? Which is even more expensive. But say you found out now that you had a kid, would you be like, I hope he's kind of fucking dumb? So at least I'm not on the hook for tuition yet again.
Yeah, maybe, like qualify for some program or something like that. That'd be cool. Right? Yeah, look how, bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
That needs to be the name of the Loose Cannon charity.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart needs to be the official name of our 501c3. Vixen, get on that. Vixen,
but everyone would know. But everyone would know what that means. And it's just like you walk in.
Articles now.
All the kids are just ugly. All the kids are ugly as fuck at this hospital. Just there's no. They don't even have. They don't even have an actual illness. They're just ugly kids. We just give them haircuts. Tragic. We buy them new clothes. We do our best to give them some riz, right? Some drip. Right. But there's
my gosh.
What are you gonna? Yeah, you like that? We're a hit podcasting.
No.
We're graying the beard, but we're using drip. I mean, we're using Riz. But you don't like that, intern?
No, I disapprove.
She disapproved of old men using.
Also, Stink, I thought you were the one that was pregnant. By the way, I thought you were the one carrying the baby. What happened?
I'm thick like that. And it is a modern era now, and maybe I am. All right. Maybe it's my body, my choice. You ever think of that?
You do have a glow about you. Makes sense.
I do have a glow about me.
Did you allow an Arab at the Dead Sea to impregnate you?
I cannot confirm or deny.
Did you go overseas for an old-fashioned breeding?
I think people are going over there for lots of things. Hair transplants. Maybe I was in Turkey. All right. Maybe I'm gonna have a full, beautiful fucking head of hair at some point.
You went overseas for a baby transplant.
For a baby transplant.
They like transfer an entire womb into you with the whole deal.
So he said that he's a dude and he has a wife and he wants you to impregnate her so you can their genes can be your genes. You can all be one.
We can make that happen. I have a couple friends who are looking to get a surrogate, and I found out how much they have to pay somebody to do it. And listen, bro, whatever. That's a side hustle I didn't know existed. And so if I need to donate my DNA and you're going to pay me for it, done. Speaking of donating my DNA, my brother, but my uncle, B-Shuck is in the building. B-Shuck, kind of my uncle. It's kind of like an uncle.
He's definitely your uncle. He shakes his head at you every time he sees you. So
disapprove.
I think that qualifies. Yeah, that qualifies as uncle.
Recovering from another surgery. B-Shuck, I hope you're doing well, brother. That fucking sucks.
Hey, if I'm you, B-Shuck, I go full bionic, man, dude. Just tell him to replace the entire bone structure of your body with steel or whatever the shit is that runs through the veins of one Logan.
Adamantium.
Yeah, there it is. Yep. Wolverine. Yeah, go that route. All right, listen, Bucs are back at OTA, Stank, and everyone's fucking losing their minds. For the negative, of course, because there's certain sites that's all they care about. That's all they want to report. They want to talk about Haason Reddick is not at camp. Should the Bucs or should Bucs fans?
Our friends over at Joe Bucs Fan?
Yeah, maybe not. Should the Bucs or Bucs fans, okay, worry about Haason Reddick's absence at OTAs? I'm gonna let you answer first because you know, if I answer, it's just going to close the door on the entire topic.
Well, as you know, my job here at Loose Cannons is to worry. And even I'm not really that worried right now. Does it, did it send off a little bit of a radar, maybe I kind of got nervous for 2 seconds and then realized these are voluntary workouts and he's a veteran and veterans don't like practicing, especially somebody who I want to say they alluded to, he may be kind of recovering a little bit from something. So nothing to see here yet, but
yeah,
it's a story. It's a story you kind of didn't want out there. I mean, Baker's there. You got guys in the building. You would think a new guy would want to be the first one in, the last one out, learning the system and getting his feet, wet out there because we don't wear shoes on that practice field. So I don't know. Maybe slightly worried.
No, there's nothing to worry about here. Here's two reasons. Okay, one, if you go back to when he was with Philadelphia, he wasn't an OTA guy. Just wasn't. And that doesn't speak to a bad culture guy or a bad locker room guy. Some guys are on the West Coast. Some guys are out of the States doing their own thing. They like to kind of focus on themselves and their bodies the way they want to until they have to actually return. And the year he skipped with the Eagles, I believe he had 16 sacks. So I could be wrong on the number, but it was definitely more than 10. So let's pump the brakes on that nonsense. And two, they just signed him pretty recently. So guys like Baker, Mike Evans, all these guys that you're mentioning, Stink, they already live here. They already have houses here. They're part of this community. They're already intertwined in Tampa Bay. Haason Reddick, I don't even think he's moved here yet, possibly. You don't know. So, again, it's like way too much shit to worry about when you hit that with the yet. Get the fuck out of here, dude. It doesn't matter. It's voluntary workouts. Do you want to see him there to kind of get acclimated to the teammates and get his feet wet with the Todd Bowle system and all the stuff he's got to do? Yeah, of course. But that doesn't mean he's not doing it on his own. It also doesn't mean he's not taking care of something that's more important to give him the longevity playing the entire season. So you can't really put too much weight on it. It's nonsense. He has, to even insinuate that, oh man, we made a mistake, is to say that Jason Light and the boys haven't done their due diligence with this guy's culture and this guy's, a personality behind the scenes to even consider, oh man, he may be he held out once. So I believe they would have gone through the checklist to make sure this wasn't something that was going to happen again and he was going to be a problem. I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's nonsense. I think it's just shit to write about because people want to write about shit and they want to pick on the one guy that gives them the chance to write negative shit about. And that happens to be Haason Reddick this week. It could be somebody else next week. Who knows? Maybe it's Rashad White. Maybe it's Chris Godwin's injury. It's going to be something every single time because you are the definition of dumb Bucs fan most of the time. You just are constantly worried. You're constantly stressing. You're always, we're going to play a backup quarterback.
Worried, not dumb. I'm worried. I'm always worried.
You're worried in a dumb way.
I don't know. I feel like worrying sometimes it pays off. Other times, it makes your fucking, makes you shit water. I don't know. But sometimes it's a little too early to hit the panic button. Yes, we signed a free agent pass rushing defensive end last season who just decided not to show up.
Yeah, that was different. That was like give him some potato chip bags and see if he shows up, and he didn't show up. Didn't hurt anybody, but here's the thing. I always give this example. Should you be fired from your job every time you never showed up to your boss's house to help him move or clean out his garage when he offered to buy pizza and beer for everybody at the office if they came over and helped? What's the answer to that?
It's a very specific.
Yeah, it is a very specific example.
Extremely specific, but and I'm sorry if that happened to you. But no, of course not. You shouldn't. The first time you're supposed to help him move boxes. Listen, moving boxes. Not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
Okay.
No.
Not for, as everybody knows, our brother Latte, professional box mover, he gets overwhelmed. He gets overwhelmed and flustered and frustrated. How many conversations have we had with him when he's covered in boxes?
Covered.
We're like, where are you? And we know it's box time. So you know what? Sometimes you don't show up when you got shit to do. You got boxes to move, and you just like fuck them. Yeah. And then maybe that's what he's doing right now. Or he's in Japan. I think last year, this time, he was traveling overseas. A lot of these guys, like you said, have off-season plans. They like to do things outside the box and train with their own trainers. And he seems like a bit of a lone
outside
wolf.
the what?
Outside the box. Some people like to do things outside the box.
Yeah.
Some people like to do outside the box. Some people look at boxes from afar because they're scared of them. So
I mean, that's why we're huge Bucs fans, right? I mean, we go to every Tampa Bay Bucs game we could possibly get our asses to, and it just makes a lot of sense. Speaking of defense, Stank, Todd Bowles made some comments recently, right? About possible defensive changes. He spent the entire offseason looking over the game plans, what he did to get calls into the games, how the defense, reacted to certain things, whether it was them executing incorrectly, whether it was them executing correctly, but it just did not work. He went through every possible scenario to kind of self-grade himself, which it was surprising to hear him say that because we hadn't heard about that before. Obviously, he does it. It's kind of unspoken, but he talked about it, and he kind of hinted towards something clicked, and he was like, I fucking got it. Something like Eureka type moment that he says isn't going to be a massive wholesale shift, but it's going to change the way they attack the season as a defense and the aggressive nature of it. So what do you think that could be? Is that all of a sudden, the move towards these extremely handsy press cover type, corners that we saw in the draft? Or is this going to be how he's going to be calling defenses in terms of the exotic shit, how he's blitzing? What is it you think? Or is it kind of a lot of those things mixed in together? Because he didn't really tell us a secret, obviously, but he hinted towards a change.
I think he's selling a little bit. Honestly.
Selling?
Yeah, he's selling a little bit. He got a lot of criticism after the season. People were after his heads. There was a little bit of time there where we weren't sure, are we going to make a move with this team? They're going to give Liam the job and all that shit. And, he comes out of basement, out of Lovey's basement, and he said he has this eureka moment. I mean, this guy knows football. There's not much more you can possibly learn looking at the tape. Maybe his eureka moment was like, Joe Tryon's not coming back. Eureka! I need somebody better than that guy. Okay, maybe, yeah. I need to be able to get there with 4. You want to call that a eureka moment? Or he went to fucking the ownership and Jason Light and said, "Give me some fucking horses here because I'm tired of having to drop Vita back in coverage and do all this fucking exotic shit just to fool the offenses and get some pressure." So maybe that's the eureka moment. And like I said, maybe it's a little bit of a sales job because he knows what and why he has to do the things he has to do. He knows why we have to sit in zone all the time and do all this kind of crazy shit. So I doubt it was a true eureka moment, which is aged himself. Young people have no idea what a eureka moment means, but where you just wake up and you're like, I figured it out. And I don't know that there was a figure it out thing with this team.
I don't think it's selling. I honestly don't. I honestly think he looked back at it and said, some of what I was asking these guys to do may have been too much, and possibly some of what I was doing was just too easy for the offenses to figure out, regardless of the people. But I think most of it is realizing that he now has some pieces to actually do stuff that he wants to do. I don't think that he wanted to play as much zone coverage and as much off coverage as he did last year, but I don't think he had much of a choice. And I think this year he goes in having these guys, and I believe McCullum was on, was it Pewter Report? And he kind of hinted towards there's been a shift in how they're going to be covering guys from the cornerback room and how the secondary is going to be playing. And remember what Todd said earlier about we need to turn these, I think he said it before OTA started, we need to turn, or maybe after the first day, we need to turn these pass breakups into interceptions. Not only do we need to get more hands-on balls, we need to get those hands-on balls and catch those balls, right? We got to grab them, tuck them away, protect them, take them away, whatever you want to call it. But hands-on balls got to be a more prevalent part of the defense. And so you take that, you couple it with what he said recently, man, I think he's going to be more aggressive with how he plays his corners and how he lets them play, how he lets them just kind of be naturally individually aggressive, but also within the scope of the defense. And I think he's going to lean on some of those guys who just get after the pass rusher without having to be so exotic. I don't think we're going to see as many blitzes. And if we do, it's going to be kind of choosing when and where they happen and where they feel more exotic, they feel more random. And I think that'll be better for the outcome of things as opposed to just sending. I think he did it again because he had no choice. But maybe Vita Vea's playing nickel. Maybe that's the eureka moment, Stank. That you've got a man press corner on this team this entire time, and not once did you even think about putting him out there and nickel. And check this out. He could also blitz right off the edge. He can get to the passer. He can stop the run. I mean, why not put him out there? You posted that video, what he did to Aaron Jones, okay, who I believe is on the Bucs payroll at this point. 2 times he just coughed it up for us. So maybe it's Vita Vea.
Vita Vea could be that eureka guy. I mean, he's as big as like a fucking giant industrial size eureka vacuum plant. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, back to your original point, okay? For some reason, the hands-on balls discussion just resonated with me. And the entire time you're talking about, all I could think about is hands-on balls. We've had one of our unofficial members who's now coaching, and the reason why he's not on the show all the time, Donnie Abraham, Loose Cannon's absolute fucking legend. Mm-hmm. He gave us the recipes, right? He gave us the secrets. We all know what makes things tick. Okay, there's no smoke and mirrors. You need to get pressure, and pressure means that balls will be readily available. Mm-hmm. You don't think that Zion likes touching balls? Jamel Dean doesn't love touching balls, bro. You don't think that this entire secondary, Antoine Winfield,
they're huge ball fans. Huge ball fans. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Why would they be? You don't get to the NFL, Stank, without a love for ball. No. Everyone knows that, right? And I
heard it's the first question that they ask these guys, at the combine, like, what's your relationship with balls? And how much do you like them? Sense. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like balls?
Right. Exactly. I mean, who's answering anything below 10 at that point, right? I could see guys like Antoine saying 12. All right.
Kind of a loaded question.
Kind of a loaded question. Kind of heavy. Yeah. It's for sure. But I mean, I could see a guy like Benjamin, Morrison saying, I can't live without balls. I mean, they're part of my daily routine.
He cried. He had to live without balls for what, an entire season?
He cried when he realized he was going to get his hands on balls again. Holy shit, dude. That was a
real cry, bro.
That was the eureka moment.
I cried because I wanted to feel how good that cry felt, bro. He was holding that thing in.
That
we
was
didn't get a chance to talk about how good that cry was.
Saint, that's the thing though about the cry. Yeah. So let's focus on the cry. You don't cry that hard unless two things happen. You've been kicked in the balls, or you finally gotten your hands back on. That was a balls cry. That's very deep, emotional, balls related cry for sure. I mean,
you miss it. After my first divorce, it was a while. There was a gap there. I'm going to come on the show and tell you there's a gap there. And ultimately, finally, when I got back in the game, right? When I got back in the ball game, I cried just like that.
The balls game.
It felt so good to be back in the game, right? And I cried like that. It was like my ancestors were crying through me. That kind of fucking crying. So yeah, dude, it's meaningful. It's meaningful.
Yeah, listen.
What can I say?
That first moment you get your hand on balls, I mean, it just changes your life.
Or somebody gets their hands on yours.
I mean, that's even better sometimes, right? But most of the time, you want to get your hands on their balls because that's
Steven
when you
Stansfield
really,
in the chat says balls, and then again balls. So listen,
I mean, he gets it. He gets it, Stank. He loves balls, right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, throw bees in the chat if you love balls. Okay. Yeah. I feel like we should all be huge balls fans.
So nice he had to post it twice. And you know what? And that's what I love about our chat. Speaking of chat, if you happen to, I got a new game. Right? You want a super chat? You're gonna get one of these read. There's a game called Bad Choices, and I think it's a good choice if you super chat to us. And they're questions. All right. So if you super chat or you become a new member, right? You get your own card. I will read to you.
All right.
And you get to answer it in the chat. And it's going to be lots of fun. It's an incentive to get involved in this weird show because Samurai doesn't let people call anymore. So I have to do weird shit like that to get you back involved. Yeah.
Speaking of questions, all right. Bucs, future Hall of Famer, obviously Ring of Honor guy, absolute dog, absolute legend, guy that I'm an absolute gigantic fan of, and a guy who also loves getting his hands on balls. Gets his hands on balls at a better rate than anybody in the NFL, actually, over the last, I believe, 10 years. Lavonte David joined John fucking Gruden, okay, on his show the other day. Had an amazing interview. If you guys haven't watched it, I don't know what to fucking say to you. You're an idiot. I mean, how dumb are you to have not seen this episode yet? Okay, go watch it. Amazing interview. Stank, what was your favorite part from that Gruden Lavonte interview? Which, by the way, was in Tampa, right down the street from One Buck. Actually.
Right down the street.
Yeah.
My favorite part is seeing Lavonte get love. That's my favorite part. Right? We all love him like that. We all know what this guy's about. He's quiet, unassuming. Never out there self-promoting, never giving himself credit. He's one of those guys, bro. This team is built around guys like him, so much so that he is that man, and they literally look for guys who have his type of character. We're fucking lucky. It's crazy, bro. I felt like the unluckiest kid on the planet, bullied, You know, I was already chunky and I had a mullet to begin with. People would flick my ear on the bus. I got kicked off the bus several times. Got paddled for getting in a fight on the bus, and I flicked off the bus driver. Like, it was a tough time for me growing up as a Bucs fan.
Hey, congratulations, Sean Ray, for becoming a member of the Loose Cannons.
Oh, Sean Ray's going to give a question, but let me finish my incredible story.
Yeah.
Do that again, Vixen.
Yeah. What was that?
Congratulations. What did I do?
Sean Ray.
I believe he's been a member for a month. That's his milestone. So Stank, after so here after
this incredible story.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll read you your membership bonus card. But yeah, I don't remember where I was going with it. But yeah, we are spoiled, right? We've got Mike Evans has been with us since Barack Obama was president. It's been forever. Like, I feel like I've grown up with these guys, and they're still around. They're still here. They're still producing. They're still giving us legendary, memorable moments like Mike's, catch last year to give us, to tie Jerry Rice. So, man, we've been a lucky group here for a while. And I don't know, man, sometimes you just got to pinch yourself because you got hot trash franchises all around us, right here in the South. Don't have to move too far.
South, dude.
Terrible franchises, and they have nothing to cling to, nothing to hold on to. Imagine that you have to see Cam Jordan's stupid face on an interview every offseason talking about whatever the fuck he says, and that's supposed to breed confidence and make you want to come watch your football team, bro. Tragic shit.
I'm not sure where all of that even came from. I asked you what your favorite part of the show
was. I don't either. It's been a while, bro. I had a lot to get off my chest.
Yeah, you just busted your balls. So my favorite part, honestly, the part that really stuck out, kind of the other stuff was really awesome to listen to, especially when you kind of walked you through what it felt like to get the call in from Todd Bowles, what he did in the huddle, how he would, kind of let Todd know he got it, this and that. And kind of, the cool thing too was talking about his preparation for how he likes to anticipate based on what's on the field, what Todd's going to give him. So he's so ingrained in what Todd calls and how Todd plays, defensive coordinator out there, that he kind of can anticipate based on what's out there in front of him what Todd may or may not be calling next, which is fucking phenomenal to hear, by the way, which is really, really cool. Shows you kind of the level of preparation, the IQ, the understanding of not only his job on that defense, but everybody else's. But the one thing, too, inside of all that, he said, everybody on this defense has to know everybody else's job because he moves them all around like chess pieces that don't have any limits. So that was a big thing for me. And that explains a lot of times why they don't go after outside guys randomly in the middle of the season, why they don't like to bring in outside guys last minute, why it takes some guys a little bit of time to really get into the flow of things on that side of the ball, whether they're rookies or veterans coming in as free agents. So explained a lot of that stuff that a lot of people never wanted to talk about and pretend it didn't exist. But that was part of it. But my favorite part of the interview, Stank, when he talked about Baker Mayfield. Yeah. When he asked him about Baker, and he goes, I really just thought this guy was all about himself, a little cocky. He basically called Baker a douchebag right then and there. But then he said he came in and he was like, I couldn't have been more wrong. He was completely the opposite of what I thought. And that, again, speaks to all the shit that, like, what you hear isn't necessarily always true. And the guys that are really in that locker room with these guys, no matter what team they play for, that's the real stuff. And a lot of that stuff doesn't really come out of that locker room. And so you got to take all the media shit, the Joe Bucs fans of the world. I'm sure there's a Joe Browns fan who put out this nonsense about him being a bad teammate. Some of his teammates maybe ran with some of that shit because, he rubbed them the wrong way. But from what Lavonte said, dude, it was awesome to hear him not only talk about him as a player, but like off the field shit. Like he talked about how he came in, put his head down and went to fucking work. And he's like, that's why I respected him. That's huge. And also in him saying that, he took a massive shot at Kyle Trask. And you're the Kyle Trask fan.
You can take a shot at Kyle Trask. Kyle's living his best life. He got married. He invited me. I had a conflict. I was going to be at the wedding, best man thing. It was an awkward conversation, but I had to turn it down because I had other places to be. But Kyle and the wife, man, congratulations. And you can take a shot at that guy all you want. But
do you have beef with Lavonte now? Do you have beef with Lavonte now that you are the head of the Kyle Trask fan club?
A little bit. Me and Lavonte have had discussions in person before. Maybe I need to pull him aside.
Are you gonna have an exchange of words at training camp?
Maybe. The problem with Lavonte is, he seems like a nice guy, but you ever been in the house and your friends like, oh, my dog's so friendly. He's so nice, but there's like a underlying thing, that motherfucker might bite you. I feel like Lavonte is that guy. Like he's cool until he's not.
My buddy has a pet Bengal tiger, and
Yeah.
it's that same thing. He's like, no, he's harmless. He's not going to do anything. You can bring the antelopes over. It's not a big deal. So I made a fucking major mistake. You go over there with the fucking kids, and I take the antelopes, right? Thinking, all right, let them go walk, check out some new area, some new grass. This motherfucking tiger, dude, took out one of my antelopes. And I'm like, Abdul, what the fuck, dude? You told me he's like, yeah, he's just playing. He doesn't know his limits. What's the dude's name? Sean Ray. You got a 1 month milestone, apparently. So Stank's gonna read you a bad choices after dark edition, by the way, card. This is not good.
Inappropriate. This is inappropriate.
Hey, I'm very excited about this.
Don't get us fucked up.
I apologize in advance if your children are watching at home right now. Now's the time to mute this podcast for the foreseeable future. Okay. I didn't write these. This is a game. I bought this, so I saw it on one of the social media platforms and thought it'd be really funny. Sean Ray, appreciate you being a member, and you get the first ever bad choices after dark question. Sean, I expect that you're going to answer this honestly. Okay.
Wait, I thought you were going to answer the questions for us. How is it a reward for them to have to answer the question?
I'll also answer the question.
All right.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
I'll
right?
also answer the
that
question.
Feels like
it's really easy
fun.
for me. The answer
Me too.
We can all answer the question.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to have to, but okay.
All right. The question is, all right, and I'll just put it up on the screen in case you think I'm making this shit up. All right. Let's see if it'll pick it up.
If you can figure that out.
And
have you ever masturbated at work?
That's the question. I pulled it out. It was a random pull out of the box. Out of the box. Listen, I work from home, so I'd be lying if I said that accidentally. I mean, we're sponsored by Baby Oil. That maybe, the mood had hit and my wife's not around, and who knows? Who knows? So yes, of course, I've masturbated at work. Next question, Sean. I expect that you will answer the question for everybody in the chat room. Stammer, you're nodding your head. Yes. So, I mean, I'm assuming that
I've been masturbated at work. Yes. And I've never worked for others.
Being masturbated is not masturbating.
I've never worked at anyone's offices or anything. I work wherever I want to work, either in my own office or at home. But yeah, I have been masturbated at work. Yeah, for sure.
Sean, I'm eagerly awaiting your response. You said headphones are in. We know you're listening. You don't have to answer.
Vixen.
You can say I pass if you'd like. And this, by the way, you can also refuse the question. You can just super chat and donate, and you don't even have to get a question. But if you want one, come at me because I got lots more.
Sean Ray says, no, sir. I'm a landscaper. Kind of tough place to do the do. I don't know, man. I feel like it'd be a pretty, if they got a shed, you could go, you could kind of just hang out in the bushes a little bit longer, do a little Homer Simpson scenario. Yeah. In and out. Literally.
Weed whacking is what they call it, in your profession, right? Yeah. And what you over there doing in the corner behind the tree? Weed whacking, right?
Technically, this is Vixen's job. So, if we just went to the intern closet.
Really quiet.
If we just randomly went to the intern closet, we may have caught her in the act as well, possibly. No. Do you have an answer?
I'm say absolutely not.
Do you have the answer to this?
I'm a good girl.
She's a good girl. All right, we'll take it. We'll take that as a no. B Shuck says LOL. I'm gonna say yes for him.
100%.
I'm gonna assume Jonas is laughing his ass off. We already know.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He's probably.
How about this? Raise your hand if you haven't masturbated at work. Not everyone's just playing Snake on the shitter. Yeah. All right, guys. Come on. We all know what's going on when Tim gets up. Tim in accounting and just goes and takes a 25-minute dump. Tim in accounting. Take care of business down there. All right. Pretty sure that's what's going on. Almost positive that's what's going on. Stank. Yeah. Next topic, man. We never got to go through the Bucs schedule because we've taken a hiatus, okay? Because you went on some weird fucking retreat for 3 weeks.
I did.
You went on a hippie retreat. You went on a barefoot retreat.
I went on a hippie retreat with a bunch of yogis, and where I was lifting people in the air with my feet. We were doing all kinds of cool shit, barefoot the entire time in the woods. Got a tick on my leg and everything, bro. It was wonderful. It was It was like being back in the 70s. Time.
So before we dive into the Bucs schedule, okay, if you guys are new, we have something called the Loose Cannons Travel Crew, and what that is we put together VIP all-inclusive road game experiences for you guys. All right, you get to hang out with us, obviously, which in itself is worth gold. But we put together packages where you get to join us on the road for certain dates or certain games. This year, we're going to Seattle. All right, and this includes a 4 or 5 star VIP hotel. In this case, it'll be near downtown Seattle, near Pike Market, I believe it's called, which is kind of a really, really hip little area there near their downtown. And also walking distance from the Space Needle. I'm not sure what that thing does. I've never actually gone up in there. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, considering I am Arab, but we are going to try to push that envelope as far as we possibly can, obviously. And not only do you get the hotel stay for 2 or 3 nights, depending on what you go with, but on Saturday, if you're a 3-night, traveler with us, you get a free stadium tour with us and the entire group. It'll be private, loose cannons only. No fucking dumb Seahawks fans hanging out with us. If you follow us on Twitter, you see the nonsense that we had last year when we took the Arrowhead Stadium tour. The year before that, we went to Green Bay and did the Lambeau Field tour all by ourselves. We've done the Dallas Cowboys, the Los Angeles Rams brand new stadium. We've had a lot of fucking fun. We did the Atlanta Falcons one as well. The Pittsburgh Steelers one is pretty dope. So you get that as a free bonus for being a 3-night traveler. And also on Saturday night, we do the VIP party, which includes your food, includes your drinks, and a guest or 2 of legendary status. We've had Jason Light, we've had Warren Sapp, we've had Mike Green, we've had a ton of Greenberg, we've had a ton of guys hanging out with us, cool people. You never know, it might be my golf. As long
as our after party doesn't get crashed by 300 other Bucs fans that aren't part of our crew.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, you might get to see me in a state of relaxation where I may or may not call a fat woman pregnant on accident on an elevator. So there's tons of fun to be had. Also, we're not even done. We're not even done. Okay, Sunday comes around. All right. And you also get an all-included tailgate with the group. And of course, to end the entire trip, you get lower bowl tickets for every person in your package, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 people. You get a lower bowl ticket to the game. It's an amazing, amazing package we put together. We don't pay for airfare, so get your asses to Seattle. We got everything else taken care of. I have to say this. I have to say this now. We have only 3 days left, okay, for you to use discount code 12 at checkout and save $100 on any of these packages. There are payment plans available on the site as well. And if you need, a package with no hotel or a package with no game tickets because you already bought tickets because you're crazy, then just send us, fill out the contact us form on that page on the website, and we will just send you a discount code that removes that item from whichever package applies to you. Check it out on bucksawaygames.com or loosecannonstravel.com. And remember, 3 days left. We're going to Seattle. Need as many people as possible. I believe we're already up at 35 people right now. So that's going to be ridiculous as it is. It's only been about a couple of weeks. So Stank, what do you have to say?
We haven't even promoted it. We haven't done a show in several weeks because we've been on our own off-season hiatus. Tony Tega in the chat, he said he just got his package yesterday. Tony, listen, come hang out with me and Tony. Don't you want to see Tony naked or shirt off?
Can't wait. He can't wait to get his shirt off.
He can't wait to take his clothes off in front of you. My favorite part, honestly, other than getting to know you guys when we hang out, I got to know Jonas probably a little more than I wanted to last year. My favorite part is meeting you guys, but there's usually a group or several groups of people who book through like Facebook and other or right through the website.
No idea who we are.
Who have never watched our show before. And the best part about that is this is who we are always, by the way. So much so that some people can only take us in small doses. Bisha, one of those people.
We have a strict,
and then he leaves us alone for a while.
Yeah.
Because he just can only take so much of us in person. But yeah, it's
we wanted people in the chat keep asking about Buffalo, Stank. We wanted Buffalo really badly. Okay. We really, really wanted Buffalo. We tried to make Buffalo work regardless, but it's in that area where flights are going to be crazy, travel's going to be insane, and it's just too close to Thanksgiving.
The main reason is my son is getting married that weekend.
And Stank cannot go. Okay, Stank cannot go. His son is getting married that week. Yeah, Stank has that many kids. He has grandkids. He has kids getting married. It doesn't really make much sense.
Marry a Latina, bro. They just kids I don't even know about. They're not even mine, but they're mine.
Yeah, you got a baby daddy. They just right here. We just found out. A baby mama. Sorry.
Every once in a while, a new grandkids pops up. I'm like, hey, grandpa, right here.
But yeah, consider back to what you were saying about this really is us. We do have a strict do not go up an elevator with anyone who's not new to the show rule, because if we are in an elevator with people who don't necessarily watch the show, it might just be too much. Especially if you're going 8, 9, 10 stories. right? And yeah, I did once call a fat lady pregnant. I thought she was pregnant. I still think she's pregnant.
Her husband laughed.
Her husband laughed. Yeah, he was upset, but laughed.
Yep.
But also,
Yep.
and whatever. Hey, by the way, you get to meet us, which is another cool ass thing. We get to meet you guys. We don't really get to meet a lot of people who we watch the show with, so that'd be kind of cool. You get to meet intern Izzy. Okay, you're gonna meet intern Vixen. She's gonna be joining us in Seattle, so we're gonna have a lot of fucking fun. It's gonna be dope as hell. We get to meet you guys, which is honestly probably the coolest part of it is putting some faces to names. So if you do, come across us at some point, during the beginning parts of that trip, just kind of shout out your handle, your chat handle, because otherwise we're not going to really know who the fuck you are, unless your names are actually those. But who knows? I don't think anyone's name is actually MK. But we tried to make Buffalo work. This didn't happen. Seattle is the one we're going to this year. And as we jump into this schedule, we'll kind of notate a couple of other locations that we may or may not be going to just privately in our own, Loose Cannons bus.
Right.
But yeah. So Stank. The Bucs 2025 schedule came out. I believe we got a pretty favorable bye location on the schedule and the calendar.
I like the bye.
I like it. I like the schedule. I really like it. I like the way it's drawn out. Let's get to it, man. Let's go through it game by game and decide which games we're gonna win, which games we're gonna lose.
Finally.
All right. We start in Atlanta, week 1. All right, September 7th. We've been to that stadium, Stank. There's a 96.9% chance you and myself will be in attendance at this game in Atlanta for week 1, where I believe the Bucs are going to start hot. So I'm going to let you go first on these. All right, we're in Atlanta week 1. What do you think? What do you think happens for the Bucs in 2025 right then, right off the bat?
Payback time. We lost 2 games we should have won last year. We could not stop anybody. Kirk Cousins, does what he does to us, right? And I'm not afraid of Penix. I'm not. I'm just not afraid of that guy whatsoever. You don't. They got all the love last year, and they've shown one thing consistently is that they fold under pressure. And this is going to be a pressure-packed environment. They're going to have their stupid, fan base that has that fake crowd in the corner that they pay. You guys know they pay. They pay fans.
Up.
They're Rise Up fans in the corner. They're like a little pep team over there. Stupid environment, cool stadium, but really just there's no heart in that fan base. There's no heart in that town. The best part about Atlanta is riding their subway and running into weird people on the MARTA. So we'll probably end up there. But not officially. So if you end up going to Atlanta, we may bump into you there. But no, that's a W. We start the season with a resounding W because this is a Super Bowl roster right here. I really believe that this team right now is capable of winning the Super Bowl. I think Godwin's going to be fine. He's going to be there week 1, and we come out swinging.
I like that we start on the road. I agree with you. It's a W for me too. I like that we're starting on the road. I feel like we're a good road team. I think we focus more when we're not at home. I think we take it like a business trip for the most part. I really think we should have won both those games against Atlanta, especially the one in Atlanta. We came back. We weathered a fucking hell of a defensive storm to come back in that game, get that interception from Lavonte, who we just talked about. So I think, again, I'm like you. I'm not afraid of a Penix, okay? I'm not afraid of it. We're gonna leave him flaccid, okay? The Falcons, I think the Bucs start hot with that game. It's a division matchup. It's a rivalry type of game. The Bucs are gonna be ready. Todd Bowles has proven that he has his guys ready on week 1. He focuses on that game. Minnesota game we were supposed to lose last year against the Washington Commanders. The Bucs can't play rookie quarterbacks, let alone guys who could run with their feet. We win that game. It does not matter that he was a rookie first game. We focus and we seem to play really well in these road games, especially right off the bat. So I agree with you, Stank. It's 1-0 for the Bucs. Then we go to another road game, which again I like. I like that we have 2 road games. Houston was a date we did want to go on. It didn't really work out. It was too early in the season, in my opinion. So now we're in Houston, Stank. What do you think happens in this game? This game is more of a even matchup, in my opinion. You got the good offense. You got a really good young quarterback. You got a fucking phenomenal defense up in Houston. Curious what you think we do here. Because you're a warrior.
We owe that team some payback. It was
Are you just saying the same thing for every one of these?
No, but
Okay.
we really do. What do I want to call their? What do I want to say? Deshaun Watson, their quarterback. What's his name?
Bryce Young.
Right.
Whatever his name is, guys. I hate the Ohio State Buckeyes, so I just am really bad at these names. I'm so sorry.
No, bro. What the hell is Houston's quarterback's name? Why can't I?
Jalen Ramsey.
No, bitch. Somebody in the chat help me out here. Stroud.
CJ Stroud, dude.
Stroud, like a lot of quarterbacks, have their coming out party against the Bucs. Like that was when he put his stamp on the league and played out of his fucking mind. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I'm sorry. I got fucking early onset Alzheimer's and I've had it since I was like 7. So, but yeah, it's time that we pay this kid back for the absolute fucking ass whooping he put on us. We couldn't stop them last time we played them. So, be a different story for you, right? We invested a lot in this defense, in this secondary, in this pass rush. Be a whole different ball of fucking wax. And I think he came down to earth a little bit last year too. So they don't really intimidate me. I think it's another W.
Oh, I think I fucked up our screens. Oh, let me fix that.
Why do I freeze in the worst possible fucking?
No, it's all good. I fixed it. It was actually my bad. All right, so you put a W on that one, right?
W. So 2-0. Starting the season 2-0.
Little stank happy face. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I think the Bucs. This is a tough one. I think this is we owe it to them. But my thing is they do have a very, very good defense. I am a little scared of this particular matchup because of the defense. I think that they're good enough to stop or slow us down if we can't run the ball. In this one, I believe that would be, I believe that one would be kind of the killer. So
you're on the fence.
I'm on the fence, but I want to lean towards speed, playing on that turf, that fake turf, the artificial turf. You got a Mecca Ibuka now in the mix. I don't think Chris Godwin's going to be 100% yet at this point. So I do think that Mecca's going to be playing more than you realize. I'm going to go with the W on that one, man. We're both going W's on that. Why not? Fuck it. And now we finally come to September 21st. It's the home opener in the hot as motherfucker Raymond James Stadium stank. It's against the New York Jets. How you going this one? This is a team that's kind of rebuilding, got a new head coach, guy at quarterback that nobody really knows what he is yet. It's a whole it seems like a mess in New York, right?
It is. Mess in New York. Team on the rebound. It's a W. Like I don't even. Let's not even waste time. We beat the Jets at home. We start the season 3-0. Like as we should, by the way. Put our stamp on this division and beat a team that has no business beating us. No business. It's going to be super hot. And all you big fat New York Jets fans, and I know there's a ton of them here for some reason. Like
8 million.
I get it, yeah. They're going to be here in the stupid green, and they're going to catch it on the chin. So, fuck the Jets.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is a perfect home opener for the Bucs. Might have some Jets fans in that stadium, might not. I don't know how proud they are right now. Not as many as if they, had Aaron Rodgers and, not to say he was any good, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I think this is the Bucs again. Continue. I really like the start of the schedule, Stank. 2 road games. Yeah. A really
Haason
nice
Reddick, four sacks in that game, by the way.
Yeah, I mean it's a win against them. It's 3-0 right now, right? And then now kind of the I feel like the challenge kind of starts to begin now, and we've got another home game. It's against the Eagles. It's a 1:00 game. I mean, so probably going to make the Eagles wear their green or their black, depending on how stupid they are. Could this be a throwback? Possible, creamsicle game. Maybe if they go with the, their Kelly Green uniforms, I could see that being a thing. Will they coordinate? I don't know. Stank, how are they going against the Super Bowl fucking champion Philadelphia Eagles, who we whooped their ass the last few times we played?
Jonas just said in the chat, we own that team.
Own them.
We own them. We own them. We're going to continue to own them. They definitely, is that a 1:00 game?
1:00 game.
We're absolutely destroy them. Right, demolish them. Start the season 4-0. They're going to be full of themselves. All that kind of shit. So yeah, we destroy that team.
I'm with you. I feel like this is going to be. It's really hard to win a Super Bowl, and it's even harder to defend that Super Bowl. I mean, you saw how difficult it was for the Kansas City Chiefs to even play well, let alone get themselves to that that game and then just absolutely got blown out. I was unhappy with that only because I wanted the Bucs to be the only team that did that to Mahomes, but it was also still satisfying to watch nonetheless. But yeah, I do believe that the Eagles are going to kind of stub their toe a little bit this year. Defending it is very difficult. They had to go through a lot last year. They were overcoming a lot. We whooped their fucking ass. Okay, they were not a good football team at the beginning of the year either. We did kind of luck out. They didn't have AJ Brown, but I think the Bucs are a different team. And again, this is 2 games in a row now on our schedule where the Bucs are facing Haason Reddick's former teams. Okay, 2 teams that were like, "Fuck you, we're not paying you what you think," and they Jets kind of gave it to them, but they were kind of pulling. They were pulling their punches. So I think Haason Reddick goes on a little bit of a tear in these 2 weeks, and I'm with you, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a 4 or 5 sack stretch here in these 2 games, Stank. I'm with you, man. This is 4-0, which is, I believe, we would be the talk of the NFL at this point, only because we're the Bucs, and most people aren't picking us to win 4 of these opening games, obviously. And then week 5, here we are, October 5th. Okay, it's Seattle. We're out there doing our fucking crazy shit. We're having fun. We're partying with fucking legends that you guys don't know about yet. Okay, and we're walking into this away game environment, the 12th man, but they got a quarterback, a new guy in town, a guy who I don't think is any good without his actual coach who he left back in Minnesota. So Stank, Seattle, we're in the house here. Okay, we're in the 12th. Okay,
yep.
How's it? Are we going 5-0?
We're going 5-0. We're not losing Sam Darnold. And I think you've been right, by the way. People who have been following you on Twitter, you called it. It's going to be the creamsicle throwback game. We're going to wear our creamsicle aways, I think.
Yeah.
The whites. It just makes sense that they're going to wear their throwbacks. We're going to wear our throwbacks. It's finally time for that. And we just don't lose in the creamsicle whites. We just don't lose in those. So
we don't know.
5-0.
We really don't know. But
5-0.
I mean, the reason I said that, Stank, okay, and yeah, I'm saying 5-0 as well. We will beat these Seahawks. The Seahawks and the Bucs came in at the same time. I believe they were in the AFC. So it makes sense that if we're celebrating these 50 years, it makes sense for us to work with them, and they have a very popular retro uniform as well. Their fans love it as much as you dumb fuckers love these creamsicles. It makes sense for us to go away creamsicle, which has been hinted towards the offseason. We've seen it with the patch, the 50 patch on a white creamsicle jersey in some of those videos. So it makes sense that would be the game to kind of both, pay homage to the 50th season on both of the franchises. They go with their old school look. We go with the away creamsicles, which, by the way, I'm not a creamsicle color fan, but I like the away creamsicle uniforms. They look good.
Will you be
white on white? They look good white on cream. If the Bucs announce that is a creamsicle game, I will wear, okay, balls on the table right now, I will definitely wear a creamsicle jersey to the game, probably a white one, but nonetheless, a creamsicle white jersey to this game if it is indeed announced that will be a retro game. And the Bucs are now 5-0 on our schedule, Stank, which is pretty crazy.
In all the years, this is what, our 27th year doing this podcast? And all the years,
50th year doing our podcast.
I never dreamed. I never even dreamed. Do we get a patch? We need a patch. We need our own patch. I never dreamed I'd get to see you in creamsicle. So this is gonna be a momentous occasion. I'm gonna put this right below Mike's achievement on the field last year. For me to see you donning that creamsicle, it's gonna be a big moment. And those who are in Seattle with us, you have to be the first to see it.
The only time it's gonna happen.
The only time you'll ever see it. I feel like you shouldn't even post a picture. If you want to see Sam and creamsicle, you got to be there.
Got to be there in person.
Got to come to Seattle. Yep.
Sorry. I'll probably put on like a coat or something so that no one sees it in the photos we take. But it's only an in-person scenario. You know what? If you're lucky, I'll even sign something for you while I'm wearing a white creamsicle jersey. So, I mean, that's
Bryce says he has a preference. He prefers his cream to be white. So,
if you've been on the fence, okay, about going to Seattle with us, I feel like this probably pushes you over that fence and finally, I'm going. I believe Jonas just made his decision based on this fact that I've just thrown up on this podcast. I will wear a white creamsicle jersey if the Bucs announce that is a retro game. Stank, the Bucs go back home, okay? After this game.
What is Stank is my baby daddy talking about in the chat room right now? So,
Stank in his birthday suit with my wife. I mean, this guy really wants you to bet his wife, dude. I feel like you owe it to Loose Cannons Nation to do it, right?
It's weird. Yeah.
Listen, Stank is my baby's daddy. If you join the Discord, I'm going to convince Stank. I will negotiate a deal between you and Stank to make this happen.
You better have a big checkbook with a lot of zeros on it.
Yeah, I mean, he does like them big old memories. So, I mean, maybe that's the thing. So check it out. Bucs are back now at home. All right, San Francisco 49ers, a team that's kind of been a pain in our ass since John fucking Lynch decided to become the general manager over there. He's kind of, we used to whoop their ass, dude. I mean,
we did.
T.O., fucking Jeff Garcia, those guys were crying playing us. Now they're whooping our asses every time we see them, and they're coming away with wins. Is this a redemption payback game? I think, are you going to give me back the payback template answer you've given me 3 times already? October 12th at home, 1 p.m.
This is absolutely a payback game, but we can't beat that team. So, no, this is a loss.
This is a loss.
We never beat them. I don't think we'll ever beat them again. It really comes back to the time where we beat them to set the wheels in motion, right? We're not 2-time Super Bowl champions without the game. Everybody knows, if you're old school Bucs fan, you know the game, okay? We destroyed the 49ers at home. We put this team on the map for real. They knew we were serious. It's still in the Dungy era. I just feel like we made a deal with the devil. And so, no, we're not beating the 49ers for some reason. They're not going to be good, and we're still going to lose to them. We're going to make that stupid quarterback look good again, because I think he only looks really good against us. Todd Bowles can't figure him out. So, no, first loss.
I disagree with you. I think they take a step back. They take another step back this year. I don't care who their fucking quarterback is. I don't care who their defensive coordinator is. I don't think they'll be able to stop the run game, one. And I don't think Baker Mayfield is going to allow the Bucs to lose this game. They are going to be more of an attacking offense in this game. But more importantly, Purdy does not do well against those man press schemes. And I think Todd Bowles is changing things. It's going to be more aggressive. I would even go ahead and predict that this would be Parrish's first interception of the season in this game. It would be his first pick of the season in this game, and I'm picking the Bucs to go 6-0. They are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers at home, continue to be the absolute darlings of the season at this point. The talk of the NFL, the Bucs 6-0 on their way to Detroit for a 7 o'clock matchup with the Detroit Lions in Detroit. Payback maybe for them. This is last time we were in Detroit was a playoff game, Stank. There's a lot of revenge on this schedule, which I really like.
No, we beat them in Detroit last year.
Oh yeah, we did. You're right. That's right. I think that was a home game.
We play in Detroit every fucking year now.
I mean, they played us the year before that at home, and then we saw them again in the playoff game. But
yeah, I guess so.
I like the way we play in Detroit. That's the thing. I like the way we play up there. The reason we lost the home game is because we wear those stupid fucking uniforms. So, Stank, October 20, we're 6-0 on my schedule. Okay, we're 5-1 on yours. To go into Detroit. How are we faring in Detroit against a Lions team that maybe picked again to win the NFC?
This is another loss. This is the mid-season. This is a mid-season slump that Todd Bowles just can't seem to figure out. We lose 2 games in a row. And then we got our get back game right before another get back game. All right, right before the bye. But yeah,
I'm with you on this one.
There's a super chat.
Izzy,
intern Izzy, who's actually missing in action.
No,
intern
he's found. We found him.
We found him. Okay,
I get the reward.
I don't know if Izzy was here earlier. Izzy, because you just gave us your money in a super chat, you get a bad choices question. Come on the screen. Izzy, here is your bad choices question. Nope.
Nope, can't do that one.
Nope. That one, damn, I got it twice in a row. Not doing that one. Hold on. Let's see. What is happening here? Are these all about masturbation?
You don't know how to take cards out of Someone said,
here it is.
Mudfish Matt said, damn, half of his check is gone.
Here it is.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
That's fucked up.
Izzy, here's your question. Thank you for your super chat. Sammer, I'll let you read it.
We can't read it. It's cut off on my screen, dude. What are you doing?
Fuck.
It says, would you eat a shit sandwich to meet your idol?
He already did that. How do you think he's on this podcast? He ate a shit sandwich to be part of the show.
I wouldn't. I've already met I am my idol. So, I mean, no, I wouldn't have
you
to.
met yourself. But we'll let you answer the question anyways, Izzy. Would you eat a shit sandwich to meet your idol? And who is your actual idol?
Would you eat a shit sandwich?
But I eat a shit sandwich to meet my idol. Absolutely. I'll eat a shit
who's your
sandwich
idol?
live on the show. Andre 3000. Me and him hanging out for the day. I'll eat a fucking shit sandwich for that. Bring it on. I trust my gut biome. I feel like I could just burn through it and be worth it.
Izzy says, "Ooh, I was in Atlanta at a concert, and oof, hell no." All right, he would not eat a shit sandwich. Good to know. Stink. I think this is a really close game, and I think the Lions just happen to be the team with the ball last, and they win it with a field goal. And I think we lose this game, and the Bucs are finally in the loss column on my schedule. We are 6-1. Currently 5-2 with you, though. And then we come to the away game. The last time we were in New Orleans, we dropped a fucking 50 burger on these guys. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and chalk that one up as a win, Stank. Oh, right. We're ahead of schedule there.
Absolutely. By the way, at this point in the season, what is that, week 8?
Yeah, we're not losing.
New Orleans will be 0-7 going into that game. And, it's easy, resounding win.
This is the nail in the coffin here, right?
Yeah,
this is the nail in the coffin. Here's the thing. We play the Falcons, all right, division matchup in week 1, and it goes up until week 8, sorry, until we actually play another division opponent. It's a bit weird of a schedule. We kind of cram all of our division games towards the last 5 weeks of the season, which is pretty wild, other than these first 2 here. But yeah, I'm with you, Stank. There's no way we're losing to that team. That team is in just a spiral downhill. They haven't even reached the bottom. But like they haven't even reached rock bottom. The fans have, but that team still has yet to reach rock bottom. They're on their way down. The Bucs, another nail in that coffin. We go into the bye week with you 6-2, with me 7-1.
Oh, okay.
No, 7-1. I don't think we win that Lions game. It's okay. Sometimes you're going to lose a game, and I need the team at that point to lose a game, right? I need them to lose the games before the Saints games. It just feels better that way. They come out more focused, and they take that belt to the ass with a little bit more oomph. That belt's over their shoulder when they're swinging down on that ass, all right? I like that. Then we go into the bye week. We win that, obviously.
That's a win.
A huge win. I mean, that might be the win of the season, if we're going to be honest, all right? We're back at home against the Patriots. Very good young quarterback. But still a team figuring things out, rebuilding. Not quite there. I don't think they have the roster to compete with the Bucs. They might have a good coach. Yeah, I do like that guy, but I'm going to let you answer, Stank.
Yeah, we beat the Patriots. Sorry.
Beat the Patriots.
We beat that team.
I'm there with you. And here's where it kind of starts to get dicey, I think. We go from that point on the road to Buffalo. It's a tough one. Okay, this is, I believe, the week before Thanksgiving. It's Buffalo. It's a fucking good team, man. This is a game that you want to see the Bucs win because it's kind of a barometer game. How good is, Baker Mayfield? At this point, he's in the MVP conversation. I would assume Josh Allen be in that MVP conversation. Stink, what's happening against Bills Mafia November 16th?
We beat Buffalo.
Wow.
We beat Buffalo. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just don't see. At this point, we're feeling ourselves again. Okay, we're coming off the bye, week off the bye. Actually, the game after the bye, but I feel like we beat Buffalo, and they're just not ever going to get over the hump, that team. And I think we're going to be one of the teams to make them look in the mirror. It may still eventually represent that division in the playoffs, but not going through us. We win that game. We beat Buffalo. Absolutely.
So if you remember last time we played Buffalo, we lost that game. I believe we kind of came back. It was kind of out of hand. Somehow we're back in it. We're in that mix at the very, very end of it. I think this is an overtime game, and I think the Bucs win it. I think the Bucs win it in overtime. I believe now you have to have a possession for each team, if I'm correct, Stink. Did that rule change? I believe it changed. You have to have. I
don't know if that changed. I know it was up to, I don't think they changed it. I think that was one of the things they talked about changing, but we've got 70 people watching right now. So somebody confirm whether or not the rule change was made. Did both teams
we have a fucking intern. Why can't the interns figure this out? Right?
One of the interns.
Get on it. Izzy. In chat. Not Izzy. Sorry, Vixen.
Izzy, right now. Get on it.
Yeah. No, I think this is a payback game. I think Baker remembers this. I believe Mike Evans remembers this. I really think we could have won that game had we had a couple of calls go our way. And the game was just a really weird game, and it was very frustrating to watch. I think the Bucs win this game in Buffalo. I think they have to win this game. This has to be a game that you go out there, you play well. You've got to put a stamp. I think this is one of those games. I think the Eagles game is a stamp game, and this Bills game is a stamp game. A little bit of a message sent there because next week you're playing the Rams. That's a big matchup, but I think you got to focus on the Bills. I think the Bucs somehow steal a win against the Bills. It might be a defensive kind of game, like a 21-16 type of matchup. Maybe an overtime game, 23-20, that kind of shit. I do think they win the game, though, Stank. And now we go to, yet again, another nemesis on our schedule, another rivalry type of game. A team that, if you are a true Bucs fan, you fucking hate the Rams, okay?
You hate them.
It was fuck the Rams before it was ever fuck the Saints, okay? And it was fuck the Eagles before that, okay? So we hate the Rams. We absolutely hate the Rams, but they've had our fucking number, dude. Sean McVay has had Todd Bowles' number. Does that change this year, Stank? Does it change?
We only win if we bring back the red alarm clocks, and we need a rematch of the ketchup and mustard game.
The ketchup mustard game.
Can we have that? Can that somehow? Is it too late to put in a petition for the ketchup and mustard rematch? Because that's what I want to see. But no, we don't beat the Rams. We don't beat the Rams in prime time. Unfortunately, it's just a team we can't beat. And Sean McVay, obviously McVay and Shanahan working for the Bucs as little kids under Gruden. For those who don't know, go look it up. They were just teenagers on the staff.
Liam is one of his roots also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't beat that. We don't beat them, so we lose that game against the Rams.
I'm with you. I think this is the game that the Bucs just come out flat. Frustrating type of game to watch. They don't really. I feel like they stub their toe. Looking ahead to Thanksgiving, it just is this the day after Thanksgiving or is this the week before Thanksgiving of this game? I don't know when Thanksgiving falls on this week.
Wait a second. Samer, we got a 49ers fan in the chat talking shit already, bro. Already. Can I change my vote? He said week 6, we're kicking your ass.
I mean, this might be a child, dude.
I don't care. I hit a kid before, bro. I'll hit a kid.
He said week 6, we're kicking your ass.
We're kicking your ass.
I mean, he didn't put an apostrophe in there.
All right.
This is all right. So according to Loose Cannon's Izzy, because I don't know what Vixen's doing on the show tonight. This is the game before Thanksgiving. I think it's a letdown game. I agree with you, Stank. I don't think we win this game. It's an away game. We got 3 home games coming in after this. Kind of looking towards the Thanksgiving break, seeing our families as players. I think the Bucs do not win this game. I'm with you, and I think it is the. I'm not gonna give the rest of my picks. Now we come home. All right, we just had a nice meal. All right, we just had a big old fucking turkey, and we got a Cardinal now waiting for us to chomp into their fucking legs and wings and breasts and thighs. How are we doing against the Arizona Cardinals, who last time they came here? Yeah, we made JPP almost killed a midget. All right, can I say that? Are we allowed to say those things?
Yeah, you can. It's back on the menu now.
All right, back on the hell yeah.
You can say midget now.
Last time the Cardinals came to town, JPP almost killed the midget. Stank November 30th, 3 days after my birthday. Okay, are the Bucs gifting me a win? At home.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're winning that football game right there. We're a big midget podcast, by the way. We love people of every size.
Yep.
And I kind of have an affinity for small people. So shout out.
It's also the Simeon Rice Ring of Honor game, Stank.
It is. Yeah, there's no way we're losing that game.
Simeon Rice probably gets a sack in this game. That's how out of control I believe this game gets. Simeon ends up with a sack in this one. I think
if you suit him up, he's still our best pass rusher.
Yeah. By the way, we haven't really talked about these guys. A lot of David Walker hype coming out of these OTAs and rookie camp. Lots. Okay.
Lots.
This might be a David Walker. I mean,
Harris Walker, and for some reason, I see Shiloh's face everywhere. He's all over everything.
Doing my best to get him, by the way. Doing my best to get him on the show. He's actually really good on camera. Obviously, he's very good with the behind-the-scenes stuff. It'd be fun to have him on. I think this feels like the game that David Walker looks over at Simeon and says, "Hey, man, I fucking got you, dude. No problem. Watch this." And he goes out there, has himself a hell of a day. He's going to be learning all season long from Haason Reddick, from Yaya Diaby. I mean, if those 3 guys don't look over and see Simeon, right, standing there looking at them, still looking chiseled, by the way, and not just say, you know what, I gotta go play my ass off for that guy. I believe it has to happen, right? And this starts a stretch of games that I feel like the Bucs are going to just be swinging dick everywhere. All right, next game after this, Stank, it's the fucking Saints coming to town. Obviously, their fan base at this point completely dismantled. The confidence of the team completely shot. There's no hope. There's nothing left to play for in their season at this point. I don't know which rookie quarterback they're playing, which quarterback carousel they're going to roll out in this game. December 7th, 1 o'clock at home. Bucs in red, by the way. Okay, I'm predicting it now. Bucs in red. I mean, do you even have to answer this? I mean, it's fucking
I will never answer it any other way. So you should have actually came out with the graphic already
done.
Pre-chosen.
You're right, man. My bad. All right. Now we finally play the Falcons, who we played in week 1 all the way down here, and I believe week 15? Yep, week 15. Falcons come to town. They probably need to win this game. This is going to be a massive win type of scenario for them. Must win. If we're going to get their best shot. Stank?
That's another win. They swept us last year. We're going to sweep them this year. I don't see it with that team. I don't see it with Raheem. I don't know that they're going to ever get over that hurdle. Something fundamentally wrong with that locker room. I just don't believe in them. I don't. And they're going to get all the hype. I like that they constantly get all the hype. And
they'll definitely be chosen. Yeah.
Picking them to win the division again ain't good. Put all the pressure on them. We are an underdog football team. I like that nobody talks about us. I like that everybody doubts us. I like that people are like, should they pay Baker? There's stupid idiots out there who are still like, well, the Bucs are going to pay him like a top 5 quarterback. You're damn right. Okay. But I hope that he hears everybody questioning whether he should be paid. I really do. So we sweep the Falcons this year.
Sweep the Falcons. It looks like we're 4-0 in the division, looking real pretty in terms of winning the NFC South again, which is kind of the goal, get into the playoffs at that point. I'm with you, Stank. I think we play one of our best games in this one. Honestly, I think that we're just humming at this point. Defense is really starting to get things rolling. The rookies are really starting to get their sweat on. Right,
this is the mushroom stamp game.
This might be, man. It just feels like this is a really good stretch for the Bucs. They got 3 straight home games. Okay. They got the Saints in there. You got the Cardinals in there, kind of like, kind of licking their chops type of game. Those games that they have the Florida Gators always play in the beginning of the season before they play a real actual opponent. This feels like that.
We played the Hurricanes to open the season last year. What are you talking about?
I mean, come on. All right. You get your ass kicked, by the way. I think this is an easy. I don't want to say easy W, but I think they play one of their best games of the season in this one. I think this is a massive running type of game. It feels like the Saints of last year when we played them, the Saints game in New Orleans last year in this one. Then, of course, we finally start playing these fucking NFC South opponents. And again, I think the 3rd year in a row we play the Panthers in a 3-week window. Again, it's kind of odd that they do this every single year. One game between these matchups makes no sense. It feels like they could have done it other ways. But hey, I'll take it. Easy stretch run for the Bucs like they have over the last 4 years almost, it seems like. Even back to when we won the Super Bowl. Just had a real nice stretch run in the playoffs. Panthers coming to town, or we go to the Panthers game, sorry. More than likely, you're going to see us in person at this game, folks. So there's a really good chance we will be there. I believe seats for, I think you could sit on the bench for $27, right? It's something like that. You could sit next to Dave Canales and touch him for $27, I think.
He would like that. And Dave loves us. We just got to get,
Speaking about masturbating at work, right?
Yeah, exactly. We already know his answer. We already know that guy's answer.
We literally know the answer. What are we doing?
I feel like this game right here. I think that they're going to be the surprise team in the South. Atlanta's going to shit the bed. Obviously, New Orleans doesn't want to win. They're going to tank for a quarterback who's not going to be coming out, which is going to be hilarious because they want Arch so bad. But
they do.
No, I feel like Carolina is still going to have hope because we're never like at the point where we can relax at this point. No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
They had a really good draft, though. They had a good draft.
This is a win, but it isn't easy. We do get the W though. Okay. So I'm picking the Bucs.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think, the Bucs family members will be able to go to this game. There'll be no limit on what, tickets that they can give to the Bucs for their players to have their people come out. We're going to be in attendance, right? I mean, we have a fucking phenomenal road record as it relates to win-loss. So I think this continues the stretch run for the Bucs. Another win, another division win. 5-0 now. 5-0 against the NFC South. At this point, it's on lock. So now we got to start thinking over these next 2 games.
Yep.
I think over the next 2 games, now we got to start thinking, are we going to be sitting guys, right? So now we go another road game, 2 in a row here. We go to Miami. Mike McDaniel, crazy offense, not much of a defense. They've added some guys in the offseason. Probably not going to have Jalen Ramsey on this team at this point. What are we doing in Miami, which is probably a bus ride for us at this point?
You're going to love this. Kyle Trask gets his first win.
Holy shit.
Kyle Trask
Kyle
goes
Trask
to Miami and puts his fucking dick on the table. Not
Holy
only that,
shit.
Mike McDaniels gets fired after the game, okay? Kyle Trask takes that man's soul. This is the Trask game. Circle it right now. Go to your
Trask
refrigerator
game.
right now. This is the Trask
and
game.
just put a T on it. Just put a T on it with a weird, awkward smile.
Because listen, as Sammer, somehow I pull shit out of the cosmos. I predict shit. This is the Kyle Trask fucking game right here. This is his only game that he ever starts for us. Unfortunately, he's going to look so good that some team's going to overpay him. Miami's going to pay him. Deal. Maybe he's going to get a Mike Glennon deal off this game. This is the Trask coming out party. I might even show up for it. If Kyle Trask, if we know early on in the week we're sitting our starters and Trask is playing, we're going to Miami.
We're going to Miami. We're going, baby. We're
going to Miami. Hey, I gotta see my boy play in person, bro.
Especially after last season when we went on that road game, we found out that we could fly from Miami to Tampa in 27 minutes. I said, dude, why are we ever driving this again? We're definitely flying down to Miami. If Kyle Trask, book it right here, just like the White Creamsicles. If Kyle Trask is the starter for this game, we will be in attendance.
I'm singing the Moana song over the loudspeaker the entire time. For those who saw that clip, you know that's actually funny. But anyways, we're going to fucking Miami. Kyle's going to start this game. Easy fucking win, bro. And,
all right, you sold me. I was thinking L because we're not going to be playing our guys. But you sold me. Kyle Trask coming out party. His only time to really fucking put his stamp on anything in the NFL. I like it, dude. And against that team, it just makes a lot of sense. And now we're back home to end the season, okay? Division's tied up. We've basically got the first or second seed at this point. I mean, if we look at these, we got a lot of stickers on this board right here with our faces on them. So Stank, Carolina Panthers. Okay, Dave Canales back in town. Is Kyle Trask yet again?
He gets his first loss here.
His first loss. Okay. Why, is it because of Kyle or is it because of everyone is just not playing in this game?
No, it's
not enough supporting cast.
Kyle and Trey Palmer just can't get it figured out. Tez looks good out there. But for whatever reason, we just can't get it done. All of our defensive starters are playing. You get to see the backup interior defensive lineman play the whole game. Greg Gaines, bad look for this team. They run all over us. We lose that game, but doesn't matter. We already locked up the division.
Here's the thing.
So unfortunately for Kyle, he gets a loss as well.
If this was last year's defensive roster, I'd agree with you. But this year's backups are guys like Elijah Roberts. David Walker's going to be playing this game. I mean, we have Des Watson making a full-time start in this game, okay? Even without certain guys. I believe the Bucs win a preseason game here, okay?
Wow. Against
the Carolina Panthers and end the season on a high note, not really trying to even win the game. Just putting out the young guys out there. They win on defense. This feels like one of those defensive preseason games that we used to have with Tony Dungy where just like guys like James Canada coming out with like 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, that kind of shit, right? Guys like Taquan Underwood getting a touchdown. Really is Ben looking like the future. And we're going to have games like that from some of these guys that nobody even really thinks about on this team. And I think we just pull it off somehow. And then we end it on mine, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins. Okay. That's pretty fucking wild.
We never talk about preseason. We lose all 3.
We lose all 3 preseason games.
All 3 preseason
I
games.
want all of them to be losses every single time. I hate the preseason wins. I hate them. They give you that fake that hope that I don't like everyone to have. I want no one talking about it. So Stank, if we're counting up here, how many Stank heads do we have on screen right now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 wins from you.
13 wins.
13 wins, dude. Holy shit. My face is on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15 wins, dude.
Home field advantage? Home field advantage?
I feel like it, dude.
Are we locking up home field advantage?
I mean, we're undefeated at home on my schedule here. You only picked the Niners. You picked 2 home games for us to lose, Niners and Panthers. Yeah. But listen,
we don't play well.
I really don't see how this team could lose. I feel like they could at least win 12 games, right? I was trying to put it together. How could they not?
12.
How could they not win 12 games? I feel like they could at least win 12 games, right? It just feels that way.
We're winning 12 games. We're winning 13 in my book. I feel like it goes exactly like this. I honestly don't think there's any diversion. I feel like I got it like perfect. I feel like I don't bet. Should I hit up JC?
I mean, we're gonna take this. We're gonna take the
fucking
screenshot of this sticker page that we just created. Okay, first of all, phenomenal stickers, right, Stank? You look great. You have hair. Yeah, not much of a beard.
Look, you've never smiled that big ever.
Yeah, that's definitely
unless you're laughing at some poor.
Somewhere. Yeah, I mean, when I see port, look, I'm doing it right now. I can't help it. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be fun, man. 12 games, I believe, is the absolute floor for this team. Cecil says Chris Braswell 4 sacks against the Panthers. Yeah, Chris Braswell could have a coming out party against the Panthers. He's gonna be playing the entire game, really getting that work in. Yeah, I feel like this is the way to go. This is the way
for
to
those
go.
in the chat right now. Put your predictions in there, right? We can go back and we can all look at our predictions together. You know, these podcasts live forever. If you're not watching live, make sure to go into the comment section and put your prediction down. We want to know what your prediction is. I don't care if you feel completely opposite of us. You feel like this season is going to be a train wreck and this is Todd Bowle's last season. Let us know why we're right. Let us know why we're wrong. And, we can have a little conversation about it. And Sammer can tell you why you're stupid and why you're wrong and why he's right.
I will mention one thing. I refuse to go to preseason home games. We have 2 this year.
But you get $50 if you go to all the games now as a season ticket holder. They give you $50.
Gosh darn.
Make sure that you don't sell your tickets to opposing fans. We're going to give you $50.
Listen, I'm going to tell you guys now, pay attention to those games. The week leading up to those games, I will be giving my tickets away. Whether it's on the show, whether it's on Twitter, something like that. I will be giving away my 2 seats for these games.
We should give them away on the show.
On the show. That's
we should give them away.
Stank might not go as well. So that's 4 right next to each other, by the way. Okay. It's going to be fun. So pay attention. I don't fucking go to these.
Yeah, we should give them away not to the chat, but leave a comment begging for, no, I'm just kidding. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how we're going to give away our preseason games. If I end up giving mine away, will let y'all know as well. But sometimes I give them to my kids. Sometimes I give them to
your
homeless
kid's gonna
Saints
be
fans.
Your kid's gonna be on his extended honeymoon at this point, right? Or no,
not quite yet. No, not during the preseason.
This is preseason. Yeah, I was thinking playoffs, but yeah. Hey, okay, so check it out. That was a fucking great return episode. Don't you think? There, Stink. I feel like that was a really good. Shake the rust off.
I enjoyed it.
Episode, right?
Jonas, I'm going to Seattle. What the fuck are you talking about? Go check, bro. Listen, go check your hearing, dude.
Hey, the people who won the hats on the draft show, I sent them out late, but they went out last week. You'll get them at some point this week. I have shit going on. My bad. It is what it is. But
Sammer, speaking of Seattle, for those who didn't hear, at the beginning of the show. About this incredible trip we're doing. What trip is this? Number 6 for us, Loose Cannon Travel Crew? 6 or 7?
It's more than that, dude. No, we did LA, Atlanta the first year, Dallas, Pittsburgh. We've done Green Bay, Kansas City, and now we're on number 7, I believe. Number 7.
Lucky number 7. We're flying all the way across the country. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you live in Seattle. Maybe you're like Luke Eastern, and you left Tampa and you live up there. Which I'm assuming Luke's going to be one of our surprise guests. Spoiler alert, it's going to be with us. But yeah, come to Seattle with us, bro. Come throw some fish with us. Yeah. All right, come eat some good sushi. Let's walk barefoot in the cold together, in the cold and wet environment up there. I'm looking to get ringworm in an environment I've never been in before. I'm looking to collect parasites from every spot.
You literally
in North America.
You literally do collect parasites.
I do.
Yeah,
I'll bring you some chicken shoes.
It's a 4-star VIP hotel.
It's
in walking distance of downtown. Pike Market is the area down there. They call that pretty fucking cool little area they have. You can go to Space Needle, okay? You get a 3-night package with us. You're also getting a free stadium tour with just the Loose Cannons group, okay? And you get the Saturday night VIP party where your drinks and food are taken care of. You can also go get more drinks, like Stank will, obviously.
I drink a lot.
Party with some legends. We have Jason Light crashes the party every single time, it feels like. Warren Sapp was our guest of honor in Dallas. So we made grown men cry meeting Warren.
I don't think I told you this story, but I spent $600 at the bar in KC last year buying people drinks. And for those who were with me at that bar barefoot, where I got Blackfoot, I got the Blackfoot pop. I spent $600 buying the bar drinks.
That would have been about
a little twisted.
That would have been like $35 in Green Bay, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cheapest place I've ever been to in my life. Appleton, Wisconsin.
I love Green Bay,
Unbelievable, dude. Such a fun trip. We have so much fun on these trips, okay? I'm not even done giving you guys what happened. So then we have the Saturday night VIP party. We also have the Sunday all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink tailgate with one of the coolest or biggest tailgates of the opposing fan base. So you guys get to kind of mingle and see some other cool shit from the other side of things. Cool, friendly fans, obviously. And listen, if your significant other isn't a Bucs fan but is a Seahawks fan, they are allowed to come. We're going to fuck with them the whole entire time, but they are allowed to join. This is, it's a family-friendly type of scenario. You can bring your kids, turn this into an extended little mini vacation for you and the wife or honey, husband, whatever you want to call them. Okay, that whole deal. Great Father's Day gifts, by the way, which leads me to my next point. Save $100 if you book by June 1st by using the discount code 12 on loosecanonstravel.com or bucksawaygames.com. It's an awesome experience. And, of course, the Sunday game is kind of the highlight of it all, and that's all lower bowl tickets. We get our group. We keep everyone as close together as possible in the sections that we can get our hands on, and it's lower bowl seats, man. It's all included, and I believe if you go 4 people, it's as low as it's under $500 a person, which is fucking awesome. It's pretty damn cool. Vixen will be there. Izzy's gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
You're going to your first game. How do you like talk about your level of excitement?
I'm super excited. I'm very excited. I can't contain it.
How happy are you to pop your cherry?
I'm I can't wait to party, actually.
Your Bucs travel game cherry.
Yeah. Are you going to cosplay at all on this trip?
Actually, I was thinking about it. I was definitely thinking about it. So.
I knew it. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to tell you guys.
No, I know you're not going to tell people what you're going to be dressed as, what furry creature, or whatever it is you're going to dress, maybe as a dead hawk or something cool like that. You know what? The people who come with us are going to get to experience that, and be surprised for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, So you're saying you're looking forward to the party more than the actual game?
No, I'm excited about the game. That is going to be an experience. Okay. The crowd, the lights, everything is going to be phenomenal. And I'm sure that I'm going to need to go change my clothes at some point. Okay.
Wow. You guys heard it here. I mean, that's
Mic drop.
Wow. That is phenomenal to hear.
I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding.
What's funny is the game stink is kind of like the afterthought after a weekend like that, right? We've learned it's just so much fun
is for me.
Leading up to that. The game is just kind of like if we win, it's a cherry on top. If not, the Green Bay game probably different because it was such a cool place to be at, and we got to do it in the snow when it was, it had that history to it. But even then, if we lost that game, I still would have been like, dude, this is fucking what an awesome fucking
every trip has had its own feel, its own every trip has just been magic. We haven't had one trip where I was like, that sucked. Every single one has been incredible, and it's really, the game is a bit of an afterthought because it's hanging out, it's doing dumb shit, it's drinking and partying and hanging out, and even if you don't drink and party, it's still so much fun to hang out with Bucs fans from all over the country. Meet new fans, and then we often meet up with there's people who've been traveling for 40 fucking years. There's Bucs fans everywhere. There are diehard travel people who've are looking to check stadiums off, man. So it's typically a lot of fucking fun, and man, I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait.
Hey, listen, no joke, okay? When we first started talking about the show, about the trip here, when we talked about week 5, no joke, okay? 2 travelers have been added. 3 travelers have been added. And 3 more travelers with the last name Godwin, by the way. So
could it be?
We've added, no joke.
The Godwin family is going to travel with us. I already assume because we have so many people from the Pacific Northwest on this roster, right? We've just been drafting Oregon and Washington and guys from up in that part of the world. We like to scout that area, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get to hang out and chill with some of the players. We always have some of the players' family with us, as you know.
Oh, dude, the
Kokeef podcast and Jerry and the crew are always chilling with us.
If you guys want to meet the coolest player father ever, it's Kokeef's dad. Jerry Keefe is on. He's always at these games regardless. but he parties with us. We make sure he's at our joint on Saturday night, no matter what. It is just ridiculous. Like Stank, I hang out with him the entire time on those Saturday night parties.
There's the shit. The Keiths are
just shooting the shit with him. And dude, I believe we're going to his cattle farm in July, where he's going to be letting me pick out a cow that he's going to kill for me. I mean, what kind of fucking that's VIP service, right? Saying we're gonna eat the cow that I'm gonna pick out. And I'm be like, I want to eat him.
You should be forced to butcher it though.
I want to be. I'll do it. I want to eat that cow right there. He's gonna be like, yeah, no problem. We're gonna eat him tonight. No problem. Eat her tonight. Sorry. I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be phenomenal. Yeah, it's a load of fun. And no joke, we've added 8 people since we started talking about it on the show here tonight. So make sure you guys don't miss out. You will get to meet the intern Izzy, whether he's looking at you or not. You'll never know. We don't even know. You're gonna meet intern Vixen. You're going to meet Stank's bare feet. Literally, he's barefoot the entire trip. We take a celebratory in the opposing stadium barefoot photo of him every single year. This is going to be awesome. So hopefully you guys do join us. If it's a bit of a stretch money-wise, we do have a payment plan available on the site. You can stretch your payments out depending on...
You can put it on layaway?
You can put it on layaway. If you have game tickets, if you don't need a hotel... Fill out the form on the Contact Us page. Hold on. Fill out the form on the Contact Us page, and I'll send you a discount code that applies to whatever scenario you want to set up for yourself. We have a guy who's coming with his wife and his kid. He's bringing his mom and dad just to sit at the hotel and not participate in any of the events, just to watch the kid when they go out with us, okay? We set him up so that he had just those hotel nights for his parents, okay? So we could do whatever we need to do to help you guys out. If you want to stay an extra day.
I'm getting his dad drunk.
Or come up an extra day early. You let us know. We'll invoice you separately for those additional nights, and you get them at our group rate. So it's really fucking fun. It's really, really cool. We get to meet a bunch of people, and most of them don't even know that we have a podcast. So
that's true. By the way, David Bartleson makes a good point. This is going to be there's going to be a monsoon of Bucs fans there. The Buckaholics, which everybody knows they travel deep, but this is their territory. They're West Coast based group. They are going to be there. Vance and the crew are going to be there thick. So you get to hang out with the Buckaholics, who are always a lot of fun. I think we partied with them in LA. Warren Sapp came through their tailgate. That was fun. Barefoot dancing in the parking lot. And yeah, man, too much fucking fun. Listen, figure out a way to join us. Figure out a way. Bring your girlfriend. Bring your girlfriend's girlfriend. Bring your kids. It doesn't matter. Just come and hang out with us. It is the most fun you're going to have all season. I promise you.
Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and leave us a comment on your schedule prediction, or if you think we're absolute morons on anything else we said. And JK asking me about my gray hairs. I've always had these guys. These other ones here, I usually get them plucked, on Fridays. And so my shows are usually on Mondays. So on Thursday night, you're going to see some of these grays that haven't been hand plucked by, I have a hair team. They usually pluck those grays out for me. So
people think you're talking shit. You have a hair team.
I have a hair team. I'm not kidding.
You have a hair team.
I actually have intern Vixen book my hair appointments. So, that's kind of part of the deal here, right? And we're all hands on deck to make sure I look beautiful all the time, because it is an absolute requirement for the show. Because I take the show seriously, Stank, right?
And I cut my own hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's even weirder. Tony, can't wait to party with your nipples in Seattle. It's going to be awesome. And of course, B-Shuck, hopefully you are good to go and to join us. And one more thing I will mention, if you don't like the payment plan options on the site, DM us or send us a message through the Contact Us form on the website, and we can still kind of work with you to stretch out the payments if it helps you out. As long as you're booked by the end of August, I really don't care how you get it to us. Honestly, we just need to have that all in the books by September so that we can solidify everything with our people on the back end. But thank you guys so much for joining the return of the Loose Cannons podcast. Okay, Stank's back from his hiatus, from his retreats.
Back, baby.
He's
finally
glowing.
Rested and ready.
He may or may not be pregnant. He just recently met a new baby mama / baby daddy. And
they're in the Discord right now. They're in the Discord chat right now, waiting for you.
Oh no!
I'm so impressed.
So I gotta go. I gotta go negotiate a deal, a baby making deal. I mean, wouldn't be the first time. So I'll see you guys in Discord. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, Stank.
Y'all.
Oh no! Go ahead, Vixen.
Go
as always.
Bucs.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Fuck the Saints, Stank. Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
I thought we were going back to the old school.
Rusty ass old motherfucker. Fuck the Saints.